The reason why I've picked to do this mastermind is because I have conviction that I can teach it, because one, I've built my own business to multi-six figures per month, and two, I've also built other people's, consulted other people's, growth operated other people's, and also just made them more money through sales management anyways, but that's a different topic. Essentially, the main part of this is how to get paid for you to go in other people's businesses, fix their bottlenecks, and ultimately help them scale to a lot of fucking money through their, well, this is more specifically high ticket coaching, right? Now, I'm gonna start with what this is and what we'll cover. So you will go into other people's businesses, more specifically high ticket coaching, and gets paid by them on retainer, commission, revenue share, whatever that may be, to go inside, pick them. They already have a problem, they already have an audience, they already have cash. You just go inside, operate them, consult them, and help them grow their business, right? So there's two ways to do it. You can either do consulting or growth operating. With consulting, again, you tell them what to fix and they do the work. And growth operating, you go inside, you operate within their business and actually do it yourself, sort of thing, right? So it's the same skill, but one gives advice. Obviously with growth operating, you'll get paid more. It's more so like done for you, you're actually doing the operating. But it's the same skill, one gives advice, one actually goes inside and does the work for them, right? So how you get paid? Growth consulting, you'll usually get like a fee for your advice. But yeah, the more hands-on you get, the more that you sort of earn, right? So you don't actually need your own offer. But with this mastermind, like I can guarantee, even like Ryan, for instance, that doesn't even do high ticket sales, every single one of you will take value. Like for the people growing their offers, yeah, just you, oh yeah, and you, I was looking for you. For the people growing their offers, for just starting out setters, you're not starting out, are you?
Been like
2 months. Closers, like every single person in here will be able to take value away from this. And this is more so, one, for people starting and growing their offer, but also for you guys that want to get into consulting even now or some point later and growth operating later. It's just gonna be a lot of value for you to take away from this. So for instance, like when I started I started by consulting and then I sort of went into the operating side of things. But again, the biggest thing that I can say I'm a byproduct of is actually me having my own fucking business that I've operated day in, day out. So essentially what we'll cover today, this is probably gonna be like the longest mastermind, to be honest with you guys. One, finding the one problem, the constraint that these businesses have, high ticket coaches have. Two, fixing their offer and making that offer irresistible. Three, building their content engine. Tough, moth, boff, I'll get onto that later. Four, win with stories. Closing their sale, building that actual team, and then keep fulfillment, keeping their clients, becoming the operator, and so much more. So again, like there's a lot to cover, and it's 50 slides long. So realistically, I'm trying to keep it like 1.5 minutes per slide, but I can't lie, it's probably gonna go over. So number one, the constraint, okay? Business is a game of constraints. As Joe said earlier, and as you guys have literally seen in person, the stress, especially this morning, like you guys probably heard us fucking stressing out, sorting a bunch of shit out. Business is a game of constraints. The one thing that I've noticed with business, and like all the guys even in the Set School team can say this, there's a lot of highs, like the highest of the highs. It's the love of the game. When you're at a 9 to 5, you're at just like this straight medium. But with business, you got to take the highs or the lows. And it's very, very high and it's very, very low. But your job as a consultant, as a growth operator, is to more so be that like high caliber individual that goes into these guys' businesses and helps them with those lows. Takes that constraint off of those lows, okay? So every business has one thing holding it back. If you can find that thing, fix it, not the 10 things around it. So it sort of comes back to like the root problem that a lot of the masterminds today have been speaking about. So the first question that you need to ask yourself, or even them, when it comes to finding a constraint or a problem is, can they actually do more, like within their business, right? Like, is it a fact of you need to be a consultant and help them identify the problem, advise them on fixing the problem, and then they can go inside and do more? Or when you're picking up a client, is it a fact of they literally can't do fucking more, they have no time on their hands, you need to go inside, charge more, and actually do the operating work for them and do it for them. So the first thing when you're picking up a client is, can they do more? And then from there, you'll be able to pitch consulting or growth operating, depending on what they are, right? Part two, that was like the quickest one, by the way. Part two, the offer, okay? So if you fix theirs before you scale anything, right? This is gonna be, I did put something behind this, right? Yeah, I did. Right, so I'm gonna try break this down into the simplest way possible because this is gonna make more sense to the guys that are already building their offer, more so than the setters in here. But I've sort of put like a fraction here, right? So when it comes to offer, every single high ticket coaching offer, the dream outcome times the perceived likelihood of achievement is divided by the time delay and effort and sacrifice, right? So if you raise the top two, shrink the bottom two. What I mean by this is the dream outcome. I'm not gonna go out of frame, am I? You good?
Yeah, no, I was pulling under the camera.
Oh, it's calm. I'm not gonna go out of frame, am I?
No, you're not out of frame.
Nah, calm. Right, so what I mean by this, right, the dream outcome is what the lead actually wants, or what the business owner actually wants the lead to have, right? So again, let's say for instance a fitness coaching offer. What's the dream outcome?
Get shredded. Have the confidence they've always wanted to have.
Okay, but a more niche fitness offer that helps like dads over 40 years old lose their belly fat. What's the dream outcome?
Dads who want to be able to lose their belly fat so they can shop for their kids a little bit better.
Okay, setter school. What's the dream outcome?
Somebody to have financial freedom to genuinely become the best version of themselves and help themselves and all the people around them.
Yes, okay. So this is like, first you need to identify in the offer, what is the dream outcome, right? But when you're selling to prospects, it's all good you knowing the dream outcome, but the main thing is the perceived likelihood of achievement. The lead's perceived perspective on their likelihood of achievement. So like, does the lead actually believe it will work for them? So you can have the dream outcome, but you also need to mix it and times it with the perceived likelihood of achievement. You cannot sell an offer selling only the dream outcome when there is no perceived likelihood of achievement. So that's your job, especially as a closer, to help, like Alex says, build the frame with a lead of their perceived likelihood of achievement. And then from there, if you can divide this with the time delay, so how long from paying to actually see a result, that is how long from paying to like latest to see a result. Like that's our main thing. Like you come inside, you start your conversations, you get to your first client. That's like the start. That's from seeing a result, right? So if you can divide that with a time delay from how long from paying to seeing a result, and then times this by effort and sacrifice, so everything it costs them beyond money, their time, even sometimes their self-worth, like everything in between. And again, like this is where I'll get onto it later because this is all like merged into one. So it makes more sense to the newer guys as I go along when I go into like building a team and stuff like that. So if you can raise these top two, right, the result that they actually want, and do they believe it will actually work for them, and shrink these bottom two, that's where they're going to see the value, and that's where you're going to be able to build an offer.
I wanted to add, that's exactly why you need to shatter limiting beliefs.
Yes.
And beliefs around themselves that they don't think it's possible on the call, because that increases the perceived likelihood of their achievement by so much.
Yes.
Because if you don't do that, it's still zero. Zero times whatever the dream outcome is, it's still zero. So
Yeah.
top of the fraction is still zero.
Yeah. And this is what I mean. This will make sense as I get on to number 5 of this mastermind where it goes into building a team, because I just want you guys to understand this as a consultant going inside and building an offer. Like you need to understand this in every single high ticket coaching offer. And then obviously, for instance, a perceived likelihood of achievement, do they believe it work for them? That also comes within the team. Like you can build the offer, you can have the dream outcome, the time delay, the effort and sacrifice, but if your closer can't fucking break down the limited beliefs and perceive the likelihood of their own achievement, then you're not gonna get any sales. And the offer means fuck all. You can't sell the product, right? So everyone competes on the dream outcome, but the money's on the other 3. But also you need to raise these 2, shrink the bottom 2, right? So raise the perceived likelihood. Growth operating, you can done for you, half of it handled. Or another way to perceive likelihood, which I'm gonna get into in a minute, content is social proof, right? So I've built something on here called a content cash wheel, content cash flywheel. I'll get into it in a minute, right? But to raise the perceived likelihood is to either do it for the client, have half of it handled, gain a load of fucking social proof, which you can then put into your content. For instance, right, when you have an offer, Lewis, for instance, is building a detailing offer, teaching people how to build a detailing business. When he starts getting clients, I've taken this client from 0 to 5K a month for their detailing business. I've taken this person from 0 to 6K a month for the detailing business. When he can start leaning that into his content, and then everyone that maybe didn't trust him before then comes to a buying decision. So you're raising their perceived likelihood of achievement before they're even on the sales call. You're weaning it into the content. So when they get onto the sales call, You've raised that already. And then you can keep doing this because content, if you can place your social proof in your content and have a connection more with these guys, it's going to make the perceived likelihood so much easier, right? And then quick and fast, cut every wasted step. So make them believe that they'll actually get the result. And depending on like what funnel you're doing, that's like a whole different topic. But for us, like profile visit funnels, like our main thing in, well, nowadays, like 2026, the biggest funnel has been profile visit funnels, right? So for context, you put ads out there on a content or like top of funnel, middle of funnel content, you get a follower who is ICP, and then from there, you nurture them through stories, content, reels, YouTube, etc. The main thing is to follow. They're not gonna be ready to buy it today. Maybe a day, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe a fucking year, who knows? But once you have that follow, your reels are constantly coming up. Your stories are constantly coming up, right? So you can then put in all of your social proof in your reels on your YouTube. I literally posted a YouTube video on me and Kane earlier, a testimonial client journey. Then I put it on my story. Who saw my story today? Probably saw my story, right? So for instance, let me just use that for an example. A lead who's looking into Setter School, but maybe doesn't believe it, maybe thinks it's a scam, maybe it's fear of failure, etc. They'll look at my story, because when you open Instagram, what's the first thing you click on? Your stories, right? They'll click on my story, boom, Kane's testimonial. They'll go to YouTube, watch it. I've just raised their perceived likelihood of actually seeing the outcome that they can achieve. And also that comes back to what Rihanna said earlier and what I'm going to say in a minute, the 7-4-11 rule. You need to take a lead through 7 hours of content with you over 4 different platforms, over 11 different touch points. If you can do that, it's proven. If you can take a lead through 7 hours over 4 platforms, over 11 different touch points, 100% close. 100%. You cannot not close someone when they've been through that. Because if they have the willingness to spend 7 hours with you, they have the willingness to pay you. They trust you. They're not going to not trust you after 7 hours with you, right? Make them a category of 1. So a name mechanism, bonuses worth more than the core, and a bold guarantee. Now there's nothing to compare on the price. When it comes to consulting and growth operating a offer, also only pitch one price at a time. I've fucking split tested this so much on my offer, okay? Lead with the top tier alone as an anchor, and then as you go down, depending on what the lead's like, financials, etc., you can always downsell, but always pitch one price at a time. That's just something that you need to know when you're building a team, right? Right, attention. This is the biggest one that I've been looking forward to dropping, to be fair, because I just fucking love content. When it comes to making content, make content for your dream follower, right? People think that we're making content for our ICP. Alex, what's your ICP?
No. Yeah, kind of. My dream follower is not YouTube.
Well, what is your ICP?
Someone who is young, ambitious, works either part-time or full-time, has a certain amount of spare time in their day, and genuinely wants to be the best version of himself, wants to do more, wants to be more.
Mm-hmm. But what's your dream follower outside of that ratio, outside of that circle?
Someone who wants to build their skill set even more. Maybe has already been working online, but wants more opportunity, that sort of thing.
I'd say that's more ICP still. So for instance, for me, like my ICP is, like men, like on my account specifically, men, ages 20 to maybe 35 at a push, but realistically 20 to 30. Stuck in a job, construction, any sort of like 9-to-5 job in the UK, delivery, driving, warehouse, whatever. Like that's ICP. They're actually looking forward to making, like they need to make a change in themselves. But the dream follower, bigger than that, is just like men in the UK ages 18 to 40, right? But that's not my ICP. That's just my dream follower. Because if you can make your content to your dream follower, the dream follower is a bigger crowd around your ICP that lives inside. So your ICP lives inside of your dream follower. But if you can, like 100%, you can make content to your ICP, but you're only going to get so much engagement, right? But if you can make content to a bigger ratio to your dream follower, more reach is getting out to people, you get more views, especially which I'm going to go into in a minute with like top of funnel and funneling them down. Then you're going to have more buyers. For instance, if I want to target like even like 16, 17-year-olds, when I'm like in 3 years' time, I know for a fact I'm still going to be running fucking business. And they're going to be watching me for like 3 years. So when they're like 20 years old, they're now going to be ICP, right? So it's like I'm giving myself more reach, meaning even at some point, I'm gonna have more buyers, right? And this is what I'm gonna get to in a minute, like the whole top of funnel thing. So there's for anyone that doesn't know this, Alex and these guys know this, there's 5 different stages of awareness, right? Number 1, they're unaware. They don't know that there's a problem. Number 2, they're problem aware. They feel the pain, but they don't know that there's a solution. Number 3, that they know there's a solution that does exist out there, but they just don't exactly know what it is. They're just aware of it. 4, they're product aware, so they know about you. And 5, most aware. So let me break this down into like setter school terms, for instance, right? When I'm running ads, I will run ads because I am my own growth operator consultant, I will run ads to each individual awareness type. But the way that I do that is in my ads, I will call out that person, right? So for instance, product 4, product aware. I will literally call out in my ads. You've seen my reels for a while, you spend some time with me, you watch my YouTube videos, you know what Setter School is about, you've seen our wins, you maybe look into it, you maybe think it's you, but you haven't stepped forward to actually taking that chance on yourself because of XYZ limiting belief. I'll call out the limiting belief. And I'll also get onto rejections in a minute and tracking them, right? I will literally call that out in my ads. And like when I push that out to Meta, Meta will automatically push that out to people that have seen me. For instance, problem aware. They know that they don't want to work in a 9 to 5. This is, again, on Setter School, right? They know that they're in a job. They know that they're in a 9 to 5. They need to get out of the 9 to 5. They fucking hate waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning. They hate working like 14-hour days, but they don't know the solution. Maybe they've seen fucking drop shipping, Amazon FBA, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe they tried it, but they don't know appointment setting even exists yet. At some point, all of you didn't even know what appointment setting is. Probably like 2 years ago, you didn't know fucking what appointment setting is. You knew the problem. You knew that you wanted to drive the fucking cars. You had the vision, the Lambos. You saw the lifestyle at the ages of like 12, 13, 14. For girls, it's a little bit different. You didn't see the Lambos at like 12, 13. But you knew that there was a problem there. You didn't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. You knew that you wanted to go in Bali and work on a beach on your laptop, even fucking 3, 4 years ago. But you didn't know the how. You didn't know the solution yet, right? So do you guys get these awareness stages now? Does that make sense, right? So with every single offer, fitness, Airbnb, appointment setting, whatever that may be, there's 5 different awareness types. Unaware, problem, solution, product, most aware, okay? Now you're with me, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, right? Toff, moff, boff. Who sits at each stage, right? And this is a perfect diagram of like what the funnel looks like. Now your top of funnel is, again, for me, let me just use this as my example. Top of funnel is my fucking car. That's gonna get the most reach, realistically. That's like the lifestyle. That's gonna bring in like the cold audience. That's gonna be like the bigger ratio of like dream followers, right? But then within that, say for instance, I post like 5 times a day. I might post like 3 top of funnel every single day to bring more and more awareness. But then within that, I might do like 1 or 2 middle of funnel every single day. So I bring in my dream follower. They've seen my car. They've seen the lifestyle. That's their dream outcome. They like that lifestyle, right? I've brought in that lead and a follow. And then from there, I'm now going to bring them down. So when they're watching my reels over and over and over again, for instance, middle of funnel, that might be me just like speaking, no car, no lifestyle, no nothing, just building a connection with them, right? Let me use an analogy. When you have a breakup, you go to your best friend, not your therapist, right? So how the fuck can I expect someone to buy into me, an appointment setting coach, when they don't trust me? They'd rather go to their best friend, right? Rather than the therapist. So with me building stories, building reels, and actually building a connection with these guys over the phone, at some point, I'm going to be their best friend. They're going to have a connection with me. Kane, you message me July 2025.
You messaged me cold outreach.
Yeah.
It was, I was sat there one night thinking, oh, you know, what do I do? And I was remembering you. And I kept seeing your content. I constantly view your page. And it was like, so it was just to that point where, you know, you need to take the action.
Byproduct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, why did you pick me over all of the other coaches out there? Because I mean, bro, there's hundreds.
Trust. Definitely, like, you seem like a regular guy. You know, you just started doing well for yourself. But then also, it seemed very niche. Like, I've never heard of appointment setting before as well. So there's quite a few factors, but it was ultimately like, yeah, like this guy's clearly, like, for you to reach out to me as well, it's like, of course now that's just a cold outreach, but for you to reach out to me is like, okay, yeah, let me
And this is what I mean. At the time, Kane was problem aware. He was in his job. He didn't know what appointment setting it was, so he wasn't solution aware or product aware. He didn't know what it was, but he was problem aware. He understood the pain. He didn't want to work a job. He wanted to fucking be in the big villa. But he didn't know how he was going to get there. He wasn't aware of the solution or the product, right? So I first would have brought Kane in from a top of funnel video, right? Lifestyle. I didn't have the fucking car back then. So maybe me in like Thailand or fucking with Ron or Dubai, whatever. You would have saw the lifestyle, right? Lifestyle content. You don't know me from appointment setting. You don't know anything about me. You just like the lifestyle. You're just like, fuck, this guy's in Dubai. That's sick. Let me follow him. I like that shit, right? And then from there, I got you as a follower. So you would have kept seeing my reels, and my YouTube, my stories. So from there, I bring you into middle of funnel, where I just like break down objections, limiting beliefs, etc. I'm gonna get onto objections because it will make sense in a minute when I come into tracking it, right? So from there, I bring you middle of funnel, which is making you warm, showing you inside the product, showing you what appointment setting is, breaking it down for you. Same with anything, right? As a fitness coach, you show your fucking physique. That's what people like, the physique. You see them edits where people are fucking like bodybuilders, you see their physique, it's like, fuck, I want to be like that, that's sick. And then you follow them, and then they bring you down, middle funnel. They start breaking down your limiting beliefs of reaching the dream physique that you like. Then maybe they come into their bottom of funnel where they're making YouTube videos, and you get the gist, right? So they're bringing you down this funnel. Top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Same thing. Now maybe when I had Kane warm, but he still wasn't ready yet, I would have maybe posted a fucking client journey, an interview on YouTube. Like, did you watch an interview on YouTube?
I think so.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it was Ron's first one.
Ron's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe I like posted a YouTube, then I put up my story. So, because Kane's following my Instagram, not my YouTube or my TikTok or anything else yet, he sees my story. Oh, look how my student's gone from 0 to 10K a month. Oh, let me see that. Like, I want to see exactly how he's done it. It's raw, authentic. It shows the hardship, the pain, the ups, the downs, everything, like in full. Like, we're not selling a glamorous lifestyle. We all know fucking appointment setting isn't glamorous, but it's that first step, right? You would have seen that and you would have became hot, and then you thought about me again when you was in fucking Brighton. Devon, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Right? And it goes the same with every other niche, right? So what content goes where? When you're top of funnel, that's like trending videos. That's like following trends, lifestyle, fucking out in Greece. Go over there right now. Look, I'm by the fucking pool, etc. That's the lifestyle of what people buy into from the start, right? Middle of funnel, a little bit of social proof, like us versus them, like ads. More lifestyle videos, but like mixing it in with the vehicle. Like, look, I'm in Greece because of appointment setting. I've been able to do this because of X, Y, Z, right? So you're like planting seeds in their brain.
Do you reckon it can be like, I'm here because I took action, I'm here.
Yeah.
Rather than the actual product of what you did, like it's kind of like 300 people's.
Again, it comes down to connection.
Yeah.
So it's like when they hear your personal experiences, like, bro, when it comes to, I even learned it, Ryan taught me this as well, but also we learned this from Josh. When it comes to your content, the biggest things that you need to speak about is your beliefs and your values. That's where you build a connection with people. Because people, especially online nowadays, people's attention spans are fucking cooked, for one. And there's just too much lifestyle guru shit out there, right? But when you actually meet a genuine, raw person that's speaking about their values, their beliefs and stuff like that, bro, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be people that don't like you. You could have like 1,000 views on your video, 999 people don't like you, but that one person sees it, bro. I'd rather have 999 people that don't fucking like me, but that one person, bro, that's my fucking guy right there. Yeah, because he like resonates with me. I built a connection with him. He sees my values, my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And then your bottom of funnel, that's just like you're straight like, this is how Ron went from X to Z. Social proof. On the Set School account right now, we're getting like clips of students and their wins and stuff like that, bottom of funnel. Like, I know for a fact that's not gonna blow. Maybe some bottom of funnel do blow, but like realistically, it's not gonna fucking get millions of views, just someone saying, this is my fucking win. But because I have the ICP and the Dream followers already following Set School, already following me, they're gonna see that video. And because they already know my product, maybe they still have limiting beliefs and hesitations. They're gonna see that win, be like, this community is sick. Like, look at the energy inside. Like, I wanna be a part of that.
That was what it was as well, you know, seeing all the wins inside, you post different stories.
Yes.
That was maybe like, you know what, these people can do one camera. Which even inside as well, it broke down the limiting beliefs. It's like when I thought, oh, why am I not doing this? And then like, people can do this, so I can do it, let me not back it.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone with me? Making sense? Sick. Yes, this is what I was going to go on about. Good? Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. This is what I was on about with objections, right? A lot of people, when they come new to the space, they hate rejections and objections and stuff. But from a growth operating and a consultant perspective, objections are your goldmine. Like, I fucking love when I get an objection, right? And I'm, again, going to use Setter School as an experience here, right? Every single person that comes into Setter School, all of you guys will know this other than LP and Ryan, you all fill out an onboarding form. The minute you join, you all filled one out, right? When you joined, you filled out a form. When you joined, you filled out a form. Every single, yeah, sick. So when you filled out a form, you wouldn't have known this. It would have just been an onboarding form, you fill it out, etc. But within the onboarding form, I have content questions in there. So I'll say, what type of content of mine push you towards making a buying decision? There's hundreds of coaches out there. Why did you choose me or us or whoever, like for instance, Alex or whoever you saw? On a scale of 1 to 10, how hesitant were you before buying? And if it wasn't 10, what hesitations did you have, right? Now, I will collect data of hundreds of people, every single person that comes inside Setter School, and I will sit there and I'll find the patterns, right? For instance, there's hundreds of other coaches out there. Why did you pick me? Well, I like the raw, authentic talk that you said in this story about your experience when you first started setting and breaking down this certain limiting belief. If I see that like 3 times in a week of a video that I posted a week ago, I'll go back, I'll analyze that video, and I'll fucking just make it again, breaking down the exact same like objection or belief or whatever it was, because it clearly had closed like 4 people. For instance, if the main limiting beliefs that I'm seeing off everyone is fear of failure, I thought it was a fucking scam, cool. Let me just wean that back in my content. Again, because if you have 100 people join, 30 of them didn't have hesitations, maybe five of them had like different ones, and then like the other 45, probably didn't match up with maths, but the other 45 had like fear of hesitation or fear of failure and fear of scam. Well, I know for a fact 45% of people that are looking at my content have these same 2 beliefs, okay? So they haven't made a buying decision yet. Let me just break down their fear of failure, fear of scam. Let me just show them literally inside. Let me make a video on this is what happens in the first 72 hours of you joining Setter School. Boom, show them. Let me show client clips and wins on actual live sales calls. They think it's a scam. Okay, this is what happens in 72 hours. This is what's on the clips. I will literally just break down all of them objections. 45% of my viewers have these same 2 beliefs. Let me just break it down in my content, right? Bringing them down to a buying decision, raising their perceived likelihood of achieved outcome, right? Does that make sense? So every objection on a sales call is your next piece of content. As the ex-setter, this is your edge. You can also have the setter breaking that down as well, right? For instance, everyone in here, closer, you have Fathom on, right? Yeah. You can literally go onto your Fathom, copy the transcript of every sales call you've ever had, post all of them into Claude and say, what was all of my main objections? Well, this one. Okay, let me just wean it out of my content. Make sense? Yes, thank you. I told you everyone would learn something, right? So like as you're, huh?
I've never told me to do that before.
But yeah, this is what I mean. Like every single offer, if you're consulting and growth operating, look for objections. Like you can do everything so well. You can do the content so well, the fulfillment so well, the sales so well. But if you're not looking at objections, you're leaving money on the table because you can wean out these. You literally have ICP and Dream Follow-Up following you for a reason. You have 45% or 30% or whatever with these same beliefs. Fucking just track the data and get them out. And then you're bringing literally more people to a buying decision, bringing more money in, and then also your dream followers getting to their outcome, so you're serving more people. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, cool. Anyone got a question on that? No? Okay, sick. Film client journeys, not just an interview, right? Show the struggle, the process, and the results. One for every type of buyer, okay? For instance, a new thing that I'm doing when I get back to the UK, me and Joe were speaking about this, but we're taking action on it next week when we get back. Instead of just doing interviews like Kay and I uploaded our interview this morning, we go through the bad, we go through the hardship, etc. Really good to show people everything on YouTube because they actually, for instance, in Reels, you can't really do it. I think 2011, someone would stay with you on a short form content for minimum 3 minutes on average. And now in 2026, it's like 7 seconds. That's fucking cooked, right? So I cannot show a student's journey in 7 seconds. But on YouTube, they're likely to stay with you for a minimum of 20 minutes. So that's why I show like journeys on YouTube, right? But what I'm doing on my Instagram is run on a sales call. Is run on a sales call. Sorry, that was just bare random. Yeah. Oh, sick. Sorry, went off topic there. But for instance, like, I just want to give an insight of what I'm doing next week, right? Next week, I'm going to get someone, now I've got my house and my car and shit, get someone that lives near my fucking hometown, brand new student in Setter School, and I'm just going to make them live with me every single day until I get them to dream outcome. And just show the hardship, show the pain, every single day on my fucking Instagram, like daily series, commit to it. And every single person, and then also with that data, like for instance, I'm just gonna get someone that works a construction job, and I'm gonna lean into it. Like, I'm taking my friend who works as a fucking roofer to XYZ. Imagine like day 1, he's starting setting, teaching him. Day 14, he lands his first client. Sick. Then I'll make a story highlight of construction worker or roofer to whatever per month. And then from there, every single roofer or construction worker that sees me, I've literally niched down a student, a testimonial, the hardship, go tell them to watch it. Then I'll go to a fucking delivery driver. I'm taking a delivery driver, I'm gonna do the story again, put it as a highlight. I can start niching it down. So you see what I mean? Like, again, bringing them down from top of funnel to bottom of funnel, niching it down and literally leaving no money on the table, following objections, breaking down every single niche, bringing back these unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware. It's literally just breaking down as many different people as you possibly can within the ratio of your dream follower. Does that make sense? Are you with me?
That final video of everything as a whole from 0 to 11.
Yes.
All in one video is so fun.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is everyone with me? Make sense? Yeah? Do you see how it's all coming together? How just in your content alone, you can bring that attention for loads of different people to a buying decision on any high ticket coaching offer through consulting them. Do you see how you can literally scale any high ticket offer from 0 to like fucking 30K within like 2 months? It's super easy, right? And it's just through like actually taking your time going through all of these different things and making sure no money's left on the table, okay? YouTube, Instagram DMs. YouTube builds the trust. That's what I was saying a minute ago. YouTube builds the trust. 2026 data, you can have someone on YouTube stay with you for a minimum of like, on average of like 20 minutes. Instagram's, it's an average of like 7 seconds. That's why Instagram's a little bit cooked because you actually have to have a good frame like hook and shit like that, but that's a different conversation. And then DM. So as Alex Hormozy says, 7, 11, 4. Someone needs to stay with you for 7 hours over 4 different platforms, over 11 different touch points to be 100% ready to make a buying decision. Then they buy, okay? Also, whenever you're consulting, or this is what I mean by like we're going over loads of different fucking things here. Whenever you're consulting or growth operating any high ticket coaching business, I'm doing one right now, give a free fucking course away, right? A lot of people have a limiting belief of if I give away all of my value for free, then who the fuck's gonna wanna buy into it because they understand all my value. The way that I look at that, the way that my perspective on this is if I give away all of my fucking value for free on YouTube, the person on the other end that's actually taking away good value from this, they're thinking, fuck, if I've got all of this value for free, imagine when I pay him. Imagine when I get into the program. Imagine when I get into the training. I've given away everything from free, but imagine when they pay me. Right? Does that make sense? I've seen a lot of people when I'm consulting them, I'm not gonna name names. I work with a lot of offers that are scared of this, but I tell them, give the free fucking course away. They're like, nah, but that's what they're paying me for. No, bro, they're paying for your time, your one-to-one time, but your fucking knowledge, put it out there for free. And then you're actually gonna have more people buy into it because you're giving away, it comes back to like serving people, right? Not like they're paying me for my knowledge. It's like, no, yeah, 100% they're paying you for your time and knowledge, but you're here to serve people. Give that shit away for fucking free. Help some brothers out who may not even actually be able to like logically buy your thing. But then also within that, you're nurturing them, they're learning the thing, and then because you're giving away that so much value for free, when they look at all these other appointment setting coaches or fitness coaches or whatever that may be, that's not giving away shit for free, of course they're gonna come to you, they trust you more. And it comes back to, they're spending 7 hours with you over 11 different touch points, over 4 different platforms. Make sense?
I think ultimately all it does really come down to is trust built through every different...
Everything, bro. Everything, bro. Like, Bro, nowadays, like everyone has the most hesitations, the most limiting beliefs. The cooked, like oh shit.
Okay, I have one more question.
Go for it, bro.
If you had to sum up in 3 things that makes up the best personal brand, what would it be?
I've got that written in here, the 3 things. Yeah. Do you want me to wait until I get onto it? Yeah, I've literally got it next, I think. But yeah, people judge you on your free value. Put the best stuff out there for free, it makes you the obvious choice. Put them in value debt. Give so much upfront, guides, breakdowns, audits, that they actually feel like they owe you. Give so much value that they owe you, and then they'll come to you. Make sense? People buy from who they trust. Analogy that I said earlier. You ask your best friend whether to break up, not a therapist. Connection beats expertise, right? This is what builds the best personal brand. And, well, depending on vehicle, but more specifically high-ticket coaching personal brands, why people buy you, okay? Credible, proof you know it. Proven, you've done it for others, and connection. I'd say the main thing is connection, because you can be as fucking credible in the space as possible. Other people can hear you word of mouth. Oh, Josh is the best fucking appointment setting coach, or fucking Kurt Udell's the best closing coach, which he's fucking sick. So if he's watching, Kurt, big up. But you can like be so credible in the space that like you're in the info game, you want to get into closing, growth operating, whatever, and you're like, oh, who should mentor me? I want to get into mindset, or John Gab, or Neuro. You can have so many people have word of mouth, but if they don't have a connection with you, they don't trust you. Doesn't matter how much people can say word of mouth to you. You can have done it for others and have the credibility, but if you don't have the connection, no one's going to buy from you. So all of these three things come hand in hand, but the main thing is the connection, okay? So the best brands have all 3. Most people are missing 1, okay? So this is what I put together to make you guys understand this. The content to cash flywheel, okay? Everything in here compounds. So your content, if you post every single day, it gets seen, right? Then it turns into DMs and conversations, which I'll get into like appointment setting tracking in a minute for consulting. They see your content, then they turn into DMs. From DMs, they turn into sales calls, booked and closed. From sales calls, once you've closed them, they turn into happy clients. Results are actually delivered to these clients. You have the best fulfillment in the game. And then from there, you can have proof and testimonials. And the testimonials fuel the content. You put that back into the content, it's going to come back to proven and credible. Does that make sense? Then you're nurturing them on that bottom of funnel and also sort of middle funnel as well. Make sense? So it's like, this all comes in hand. You could have sick content, you have good DMs, you're closing sales calls, your clients are happy, but if you're not fucking dragging proof into your YouTube, into your Instagram and stuff, you're leaving money on the table regardless, right? And even the top of funnel people that you brought in, you're not necessarily nurturing them that much with middle funnel and bottom funnel because you're not putting proof in there. You have the connection with them, but you're not showing the credibility and the proven. So it's like you need to literally follow this cycle all in all. Does that make sense for you, Alex? Because that's something you need to do as well. Sick. But yeah, each happy client makes the next sale easier, okay? Stories. I made a whole part on stories. Because I can't lie, the most amount of money that I've ever made is through Instagram stories. Like, most of my revenue is from Instagram stories, okay? Yeah, most of the sales, least of the effort. Show, don't tell. Don't tell them what to do, show the result. The lifestyle, the proof, and then let it pull them in. Comes into leaning in and lean out again. The 4 types of stories, right? Personality, your values and why. Documentation, the real journey, the wins, even the lows. Show the fucking lows to these people, because if they're only seeing highs, again, comes back to trust, right? Social proof, client clips, not screenshots, and a CTA. I usually do like 2 out of 7 days of the week of CTAs. I don't spam them like crazy. But like for instance, I'll show you guys a document afterwards if you guys remind me, because I'll probably forget. I have like a plan for stories. So I'll do like this day, I'll do like personality, and then this day I'll drop like a YouTube video, and then this day I'll do like a client win, and then this day I'll do like a CTA. So I have like a little plan I can show you afterwards. But yeah, peak interest first. Open with what they want to see, and they'll now actually watch the value that follows. Now, if you just start with, just drop the fucking testimonial of Kane, watch it, are you gonna watch it? Or are you just gonna skip to the next story? Or, like today, for instance, I only did 1 story. Usually I do a sequence, right? I did Just about to lock in with this mastermind in Greece with all of my students.
But you're telling a story in the story.
Just about to lock in with this mastermind in, I can't remember it properly. Just about to lock in this mastermind, with this mastermind in Greece with all of my students. Ironically, Kane is dropping a mastermind. Yeah, that's what I put in my story. Kane is dropping a mastermind, and I just posted a YouTube, as he's my student and also a coach inside Setter School, on his journey in Setter School, right? So it's like the first few words, that it comes back to like content again. It's like, it's a hook. It's like you can watch content. If you sit there on like TikTok, you're scrolling loads, right? But then you get that first little hook and it's like, I'm intrigued, I want to watch the rest of it. If you can hook in your story sequence, bring them to what they want to see. They want to see the lifestyle, the pool, what the fuck is he doing in Greece today? And then lead with the value. This is what my student has won today. This is Kane's testimonial. You know what I'm saying? It's piquing that interest again and then bringing them through a journey, constantly nurturing them over and over again. You can either complain about people's attention span being cooked or you can lean into it. You know what I'm saying? And then part 5, the sale, win the call. Win the call before the call. You are the prize. You don't need them, they need you, okay? Play the long game, and they'll always come. Again, coming back to profile visit funnel. You're running ads for the follow. But if you play the long game, you nurture them, stories, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, YouTube, and everything else that I've explained today, play the long game, they will come back after them 7 hours, 11 touch points, 4 platforms. Impatient with inputs, patient with results. If you push hard on the daily inputs, those stories, even though they're the least effort, making XYZ real all the time, putting the client clips, the YouTubers, etc. Don't panic over this month's number because you're building the pipeline, okay? So be impatient with the inputs and patient with the results, okay? Now the post-booking process. Once you've booked the call on any consulting or growth operating offer that you're working with, post-booking process should really look like this. Continue the conversation, have the setter, which you guys, you know this anyways from setting, so this is second nature. Continue the conversation, literally, for instance, if they're booked in 3 days in advance, you should be having multiple touch points with them every single day, continuing a conversation. Drop a YouTube video. For instance, I have 2 long form assets for myself. Let them watch more time with you, get them excited for the call. Because let me ask you guys, if you're appointment setting, if you're working on an offer as a setter and you book in a call for a lead, you could have the best setting process in the world, but if you just book them in and then just don't chat to them afterwards, are they gonna have that excitement to show if the call is in 3 days time? But if you're nurturing them throughout that process and they wake up that morning of the call, let's say for instance it's appointment setting coaching or they're wanting to make money, it's a business opportunity offer, biz op, and they go back to their 9 to 5. When they wake up in the morning and they have that fire burning inside of them to get on the call, they're genuinely excited and they're just I know you guys have had this feeling at Christmas or some shit like that. You go to work or you go to school, whatever, you're just so excited for school to end, so it's the half term or holiday or whatever, right? It's the same thing with these guys. If they wake up in the morning and they have that fire burning inside of them, I just want to get this fucking shift done so I can get on this call later that could potentially change my life, are they more likely to show? 100%, right? So 2 long form assets, dialer or setter calls 24 hours out, confirm, reschedule, impress. Voice note the night before. I usually get my closers, Kane, to do a video, a 10-15 second video the morning of, just so he can introduce himself, and then actually do the research on them. So again, you can make this easy on any offer with pre-call notes. For instance, every offer, if you guys are working on a good offer, you'll understand pre-call notes. When you book in a call as a setter, you're always you have to fill out a form or send pre-call notes of the lead so the closer knows what they're getting on the fucking call with. So yeah, do the research before the lead, just so you actually know what you're getting on the call with. And then part 6, the team, right? 0 to 30K and any high ticket offer is you. 30 to 100K is a team. You cannot go from 30 to 100K with just you. You can't. You can do 0 to 30K 100%, or even 0 to 40K. I did. But them 6-figure months is the team. Having everything in place with the team. The setter's setting, the closer's closing, the editor's editing, fulfillment's by the coaches. Everything's getting done by the team. So your effort gets the business to 30K, but only a competent team gets it past 100K. Now you want to hire for character. When you're hiring, these are the 4 things that I would look for. Hardworking, shows up every single day. No ego, takes feedback and runs. Growth over money, and they actually want to level up. For instance, like, sorry, go on, bro.
I have a really good one.
Go on.
Which I find people struggle, even as a setter instead of growth ups, right? Especially with fitness coaches as well, right? How do you go about an egotistical coach that you know needs to scale but is so stuck in his ways?
I don't work with fitness coaches.
Even any type of coach. Like if he's like,
I've consulted fitness coaches before. I'll agree, there's a stereotype. Like, I just stopped working with fitness coaches because they had mad ego. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I literally refuse to work with fitness coaches now. Especially the ones on fucking steroids, bro. They just have mad ego, I can't lie. To be honest, bro, like when it comes to like, I just attack their ego. I just say to them, like, if I'm consulting, I'm like, yo, like, I'm here to do a job. Do you actually want me to fucking do the job, or do you want to do it yourself?
what if
Simple.
as a setter, but you know he needs to do this? Like, let's say his business is doing like
Yeah.
30K a month, max.
You know there's some sort of value that can grow his business, and it's in your best interest of heart as his setter to help him.
Then he just sees you as a setter as a little leverage and you don't, like, he's just only listening because let's say his friend has done what, like 50K and he's telling him to do that. Just close him as if it's, you know, closing.
I'd say that comes down to you a little bit, like the way that you hold your authority when you go onto his offer.
It's not, it's a lot of things I'm seeing in setters inside setter school because they know their offer only needs to be this, but they're just very egotistical, so they don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, really it comes down to like reframing them, but also like if they only see them as a setter, I'd say that's down to the setter's issue for not like holding that authority upon introduction.
Yeah, which is what I'm also saying to them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of facing that problem with like my the guy that I'm working on the offer with. He's a fitness coach, but he's also a business coach. Like me and Isabel have like the same offer.
Like Brian Mark. It's not Brian Mark, is it?
No.
No.
This guy called Leo, and like he's obviously worked with men in the past, but now it's a case of he's working with female fitness coaches, and he's got female setters for these female coaches, but he's using a script that you would use for a man, like zero emotional building, and he's teaching these fitness coaches, like these female fitness coaches, that you shouldn't be engaging in small talk when their whole ICP is just women.
So what's your intention with him?
Well, my intention is obviously I want to help these women, so building connection, being like at the end of the day I'm a woman, girl to girl, emotional, like trust building. But if I start the conversation with, hey, appreciate the following, where are you from, and then go straight into fitness goals rather than talk about everything else before we even get into fitness, how am I going to set effectively? And then on top of that, the fitness coaches are closing. So I could do an amazing set, and then the closer would just.
I disagree on that last part. I think an offer owner who closes always has the highest close rate. Like I've personally closed on my offer, and I've seen other people who, the thing is, right, when you have your own offer, you have the most conviction. No one has more conviction in you in your own offer, right? So when you close people, for instance, when I hired Kane as our setter, Kane had no previous closing training. But I believe you could be the best closer in the world and have zero knowledge on the offer and still close. However, you can have so much conviction in the offer and have no closing training and still be able to close. Kane had so much conviction in setter school, he was able to close. So as an offer owner, like I've never paid for closing training. I've never had closing training. And I've closed hundreds of thousands on my own offer just because I had so much conviction in it. Even Ron's nodding because he can agree as well. He's never had closing training, but he has conviction in what he sells.
The only reason why I say I'm concerned about that is because the business coach is closing as well, and if he's teaching setting the way that he's teaching closing,
It loses your conviction. I see. Have you watched your sales calls?
he hasn't got any. I haven't looked at any so far.
Watch your sales calls. The thing is, you can, like, I can't sit here and give you help in your own conviction. You need to see it yourself. Conviction comes from your beliefs and what you have, like, your perspective as well. So you need to see his sales calls. In terms of his framework, What, have you tried to deal with him and he's had ego against you?
No, so obviously it's because it's a new offer. Like I spoke to other people and it's just like try the model for a week, but for the past 3 or 4 days he's been getting me to practice role play with him on and on. But like there's no room for acknowledging what the client's like problems.
What, and he's just not letting you do that?
Like I'm sure Isabel knows, but it's just like rather than pressing into what the issue might be, it's just try and offer solutions before even like building that trust in what the issue is.
Go on.
Can I put something? Because I had a similar experience.
Go for it, bro.
Last offer, and it was like I had a conversation I had with the offer was you either allow me to sort of set the way that I've been taught and the way that's proven, or like I follow yours and we don't book any calls. And then I was able to prove to him that what I was doing was actually working through DMs by essentially not following his framework. And then it got to the point we weren't in a relationship because he didn't believe in that. So it's like if you, for me, I was able to like stick to what I like know, like proven to work. And if you tell him that and then you truly believe that, you're either gonna like do your own thing and it's gonna work, or if it means you're not gonna work with the coach anymore, it's that. You can't really. I feel like some people they're willing to open and accept that what they believe like doesn't work, but then some people won't. So you can't do your own thing and follow the framework and then like actually use the acknowledgements, which don't work at all really.
Yeah, you're still in control of your whole like setting journey. If you can't change the offer, change the offer.
If you can't change your... I mean, yeah, I'd just say like, how is he getting you to track like your sets every day? Is he getting you to track it, like your KPIs and stuff?
So he's got like a model for that as well to put in.
Okay, let me ask you, what's your new conversation to booked call rate?
So can you,
What's your new conversation to booked call ratio? Okay, so we can't tell if the framework works or not, right? Right, so the framework will come from tracking numbers. What you don't track, you don't have control of. You can't sit here and say the framework's shit when you don't have the numbers for it, because it may be good, it may be fucking terrible. So what I would do is, I mean, the main metric that I track when it comes to setting, and then you can have components, like small metric components within that, is new conversation to booked call, right? I try, if it's like 20% or over, fucking hell, your setting is sick. If it's like 8 to 10% or under, it's shit. So like, I'd say anywhere from like 10 to 20% is okay, 15 to 20 is a good spot. If you can track that, then you can just work out. If it's like under 10%, something needs to fucking change. If it's over 20%, yo, like don't break what doesn't need, like what isn't broken sort of thing. So it's just gonna come from numbers. Like if you can, I'm gonna get into this in a minute, by the way, so it makes sense. Like this is literally the next point. So it's good that you're asking that, it's gonna be the next point. But yeah, like you just need to look at the numbers first and then you can work it out and adjust as you go. Because there's no point in adjusting things when you don't know if it's gonna make or break the business, right? You need to have the numbers first.
I say that is because I've seen Isabel's Layla's as well, and it's just like it's making me not believe in it either.
Yeah, I mean, you need to see the numbers. You can't believe what you can't see, right? Sick. Any other questions? Does that help? Yeah?
I was just going to say on that, that's why keeping your options open is so important. Every time I used to ask Josh, when I was a student, should I stick this off or should I take on single month hiring? He said, always keep your options open because you can control, you can track, absolutely kill it always regardless of what happens. But like one of the things that I always say when it's seeing if this is an offer worth staying on is the mindset of everyone. If he has got a growth mindset, if he doesn't want to improve or learn or grow his offer, then in the long term, it's just like a ticking time bomb. It's not going to get paid in the long term.
Sick.
And it's also incongruent because the version of yourself who sees success in staying off for too long.
Yeah. Sick. Any other questions? No? Sick. Yeah, hire for character when you're hiring. Hardworking, shows up daily, no ego, takes feedback and runs. Growth over money and young and hungry. What I was gonna say with growth over money, and like they actually want to level up. Alex will tell you this as well, because this is something that Alex says that I do really well. When someone comes into my team and I'm hiring for my team and I'm bringing someone new in, Joe will tell you as well, what's the first thing I do when someone comes in?
Align the goals.
Yeah. So when they come inside, the first thing I'll do is align their 6-month goals, right? And with that, if their 6-month goals, it's like, yeah, in 2 months' time, I want to run my own business. It's like, okay, I mean, you're clearly not going to be my setter long term then, or my closer long term then, right? It's like it's not aligned, right? But if their 6-month goals are super, super aligned, they actually want to grow within the business, and it's aligned to the business goals as well, like the vision that I'm taking the business, then with me putting my full effort and time into that team member, giving them as much knowledge as possible, giving them as much value as possible, putting my time and energy into that person, because their goals are aligned with the business goals, the business is going to flourish anyways, right? Because their goals are aligned. So yeah, growth over money, and they actually want to level up, align their goals. Once their goals are actually aligned to the business, put all your time and energy into them, the business will flourish with it. Patient with people, ruthless with standards. Give people time to ramp up, but never let the standards slip, right? It's not really something I can teach, but there's a very hard line between standard and like patience. Like, I mean, Joe's seen it sometimes, but there'll be a point where I bring out my dark side of Josh, where I'm like, yo, people, we need to fucking fix up here. But yeah, tie their goals to numbers, right? So learn what each person in your team actually wants. Show them how hitting the number gets them there, and then now they actually own that, okay? So reverse engineer the numbers. Start from the cash goal and work backwards. Now it's a plan, not hope, right? So if you're running an offer and your goal on that offer is £100,000 cash collected a month, and the offer is £5,000, you understand what, when you reverse engineer, 100K divided by 5K, which is their ticket size, you need 20 paid in fulls, right? Given the fact that you have financing, you can actually US lead, you can piff the whole 5K, etc. Okay? Okay, sick. Let's break it down. If you have a 50% close rate, and by the way, I've inflated the numbers here a little bit. If you have a 50% close rate, if you divide 20 closes by 50%, you need, well, that's 40 sales calls taken, okay? So now we understand that 100K cash collected mark on a 5K ticket, all we need to take is 40 sales calls and ensure that we're hitting a 50% close rate, okay? Let's break it down even more. If we're taking 40 calls and we divide it by an 85% show rate of the leads actually showing up on the call, that means that we need to have 47 booked calls. And now again, so our conversation to booking rate, this is what I was saying, the main metric that I track when it comes to setting, right? The setter, the closer, everything works hand in hand. If we need 47 booked calls to hit our 100K cash collected mark over an 18% conversation to booking rate, which we understand is tracked, then that means we need to have 260 new conversations every single month. Now, 260 conversations over 30 days is 9 new conversations. So you can now see here, 100K cash collected a month is only 9 new conversations a day. Does that make sense? So rather than thinking of, oh, how many sales calls do I need to book? Or how many do I need to take? How many do I need to close? It's like, no, we've reversed engineer it down. I now understand that all I need to hit 100K cash collected is 9 new combos a day. 9 new conversations a day over 30 days is 260 conversations in 30 days on an 80% conversation booking rate, 47 booked calls on an 85% show rate, 40 sales calls taken, 50% close rate, 20 paid in fulls, boom, I've hit 100K per month. Reverse engineer your numbers. When you hire new team members, your setter wants to make 5K per month on a 5K ticket offer. How many piffs do they need to sell to get 5K? Well, they need 10 piffs, right? Reverse engineer that down. Your setter wants to make 5K per month, right? On a 5K offer. They need 10 piffs. Break that down again. These are the numbers. How many conversations do we need to have a day? Which aligns with the business, which aligns with the setter, and everything else. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. And then keep them. This is something that I tell Joe all the time. Delivery, fulfillment is acquisition. Probably actually the biggest acquisition, right? And it comes back to the content cash flywheel. Delivery is acquisition. If you can fulfill your clients so well and have clients that never leave and actually build lifetime value clients, recurring revenues, upsells, and everything else, not endless new sales, and track everything every single week. Again, your new conversation to booking rate is 15 to 20% for your setter. Your show rate is 85%. Your close rate is 50%. Your cash collected versus revenue is 60 to 70%. Again, lifetime value per client is like 6K or whatever. Like if you have like a 2K ticket and then you can upsell them like 4K later, again, you need to track everything every single week and reverse engineer every single thing down. And then if you can fulfill so well on your clients that they maybe join a low ticket and you have like 1 or 2 higher tickets, they've fulfilled so well on that low ticket, they want to flourish even more than they are now, you can upsell them. Boom. Now that 2K client is now 6K. Because you sold them first on the low ticket for 2K, but now they're upsell for 4K, so they're 6K. Maybe they're upsell again. So it's like, a lot of people think, oh, well, I need to get new clients every single month. I need to get new sales every single month. No, if you fulfill actually that fucking well, you can just upsell these motherfuckers. And actually, upsells can be the biggest revenue stream that you can actually have. Part 8, I think this is the last one. Operator, run it like a business, not a hassle. Hustle, not hassle. Manager days, leader days. Stack your calls on some days, but protect deep work days for building. Mixing the two kills momentum. You always need to leave yourself some leeway. If I was stacked on calls today and we had that issue last night, I'd be fucked today because I would have lost all the money we put into ads on webinar just because of one person. You need to give yourself some leeway. One operator, many businesses. Turn one business into systems and then run the next. That's how it becomes an agency. Comes back to the content cash flywheel. You get some consultant clients, you get some growth operating clients, you fucking fulfill them so well, you put that back into your content, you run ads with that testimonial, you're gonna get more consulting, more growth operating clients. Then you can, yourself as an operator, run many different businesses. And the setter's edge, you've been inside these businesses already as a setter, you already know where they leak, now you can go and actually run their machine. Q&A. Go for it, bro.
How much of this would link, or could you think of any differences off the top of your head for non-mentorship offers, non-program offers? Like Lewis is, an accounting course, a marketing agency.
It's still high ticket, bro.
Yeah, high ticket, but there's not mentorship. So,
But it still runs the same.
content.
The only thing that's different is fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's the only thing.
What about non-high ticket?
Huh?
What about non-high ticket out of interest? Any business?
Like low ticket.
Low ticket or just business in general?
It's different, bro. Because if you wanted to compare it to like e-com,
Yeah.
for instance, like drop shipping store, you wanted to run your own clothing brand, bro, again, every business is different, right? Acquisition, sales, fulfillment. Everything's different. But when it comes to like, for instance, branding, what was that noise? Oh, shit. Oh, that was fucking bugged me out for a second then. That's all good. But yeah, when it comes to like clothing brand, for instance, right? For instance, when you're doing high ticket and you're doing VSL funnel, on Ads Manager, when you run an ad, you can see exactly what is my cost per registrant. The person that clicks on the VSL and actually fills it out, and then you have your dialer dialing them or whatever, that's just a VSL funnel. You can see exactly on Ads Manager, what is my cost per registrant, right? But a clothing brand, they'll run like, bro, I've seen some mad marketing. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's some guy, he just like does some crazy sick videos and he goes into like some mad clothing brand marketing thing. You've seen it, and you wouldn't even think it's like a clothing brand. It's like sick, bro. You can do it. Yeah, you know what I'm on about. Yeah, so for theirs, right, it's like completely different. They'll do like launches, for instance. So they'll do like a summer launch, summer drop, autumn drop, winter drop, etc. They'll do it in launches. But because they're nurturing them for like 2 to 3 months at a time, they're running ads, everything else, that drop, it just does so much volume. So it's completely different. And also, like, bro, you buy a hoodie for like £50, the amount of numbers that they're getting, like their cost per, it won't be cost per registrant. I don't know what it'll be for like a drop shipping, but it'll be so low, bro. It'll probably be like 10 to 20p. Don't cap me, anyone watching that's doing drop shipping. I don't know, but it'll be so low. So you can do more money in ads and it will like way up sort of thing. Like it will make sense. So like it'll be a lot less cost per registrant with the same amount of ads that we're doing. But because we're doing that amount of ads and maybe it's like a £10 cost per registrant, but we're selling on like a 10K ticket, it weighs it out sort of thing. So we're paying more on ads supposedly per person, but they qualified their ICP and then we're selling them on a higher ticket. They're paying like pennies to get leads, but they're selling like high volume, low ticket. Does that make sense? Yeah? Any other questions, people? Go for it, bro. Go for it, bro.
What would you say the best actions like a setter can take if they want to get into consulting and growth ops? Yeah. So
As an absolute beginner, like you haven't set before.
no, so you've set for like okay, for like 3 to 6 months, and then you want to take that next step. What are like the best actions you can take?
I mean, like the thing is, yeah, and this is what I was sort of going on about at the end there. Like as a setter, you've already been inside, you understand how it works, you understand how like the whole sales process works, setting, closing, etc. You have like an unfair advantage. Like for me, I went into consulting. I did setting, then setter managing, then consulting, right? So for like me, I was able to understand how a setter works. Then I went into sales management, so I was like managing full cycle sales teams. And from there, I just grew the knowledge of like systems, fulfillment, or management, etc. to go and like consult and advise. And then from there, I already had the knowledge on like the sales side of things. All I had to do was like advise on like fulfillment and marketing. Now marketing was like probably the longest for me to learn. But bro, all it comes down to is just like researching, learning, watching fucking videos. And like for me, I've invested hundreds of thousands into mentors, bro. Like, also, me running my own business, I've had like loads of different consultants and growth ops inside my business as well. So being able to see how they work has given me the knowledge to one, operate my own business, but also two, go and operate other people's businesses, right? Does that sort of make sense? Yeah. Does that help? Yeah. It's not like a step-by-step action guide, but like it comes back to like a thing with time. Like the more you do high ticket, you're inside the info space, you're gonna learn a lot. Keep investing into different mentors, keep getting yourself like into different businesses. Comes back to like bite more than you can chew and then figure out to chew it. Or yeah.
Bite more than you can chew, then figure out.
Yeah, that's it. Like for instance, me, when I was doing management, bro, I didn't know how to manage a whole team. I just did setting before. Because I did setting, I literally just like took a leap of faith, started managing, and from there I just grew how to manage sort of thing. Yeah, like I came to like learn things about myself, and then I was just able to like flourish and manage sales teams. So it just came like second nature. But like, yeah, like bro, you can sit and watch as many videos as possible, which is going to give you good research, but everything in life is going to come by taking action. Like you just need to, yeah.
Coming with things like this.
Yeah.
Having a good network as well. There's a few students like Noah, Evan, a few others who have already started going operating, because especially it comes back to being such a good asset on that team. If you kill it as a setter, this often trusts you, then why would they also have you for anything else? I've learned this from Josh, got this big network throughout the time that you're setting, give them advice on things outside of setting, because you're constantly asking your coaches questions. You might learn so much stuff for this, you go back to your office, start telling them, my mentor, some of my network told me some crazy things about content cash flow, will you share, now he trusts you, now he lets you grow and operate, now
dropping seeds.
You get that first bit of social proof, you reshare it, and it's just a constant transition.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll talk us a little bit of like bottom funnel then, like you give them free value and you just want to make your own asset.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm going to give an example, right? So I was consulting Harry Gunter. You guys probably know him, like a trading guy in the space. I was consulting him. I signed him like 4 months ago. Took him from 50K to like 276K in a month or something in like 2 months. And funnily enough, I saw him in Dubai for the first time. I just said, fuck it, I'm going to go up to him and speak to him. I got a YouTube video on it as well, just me speaking to him. I was like, bro, like, can we get some content sort of thing? Like, I've been waiting to meet you sort of thing. He decided to like make a 15-minute like YouTube video of me, just asking questions about his entrepreneurial journey. From there, I remember he went the next day to Dubai and met his old consultant to make ads. Now, I was speaking to his consulting anyways, because I just knew him from the info space. I didn't even know that he was consulting Gunter. And 2 days later, funnily enough, bro, God's alignment, he messaged me and he was like, bro, like I've seen your offer's killing it. Like, let's get on a call sort of thing, right? And we obviously run like A-team, like affiliate marketing sort of thing. And he just wanted value from me. So I gave him some value and he was like, bro, I just want you inside the business. Like, I'll give you a revenue share, like build up like affiliate marketing for my trading business. And from there, I got his number and I just dropped him straight source on like voice notes for like 2 weeks. Like he had problems with his fulfillment. Like he wanted me to come inside just for affiliate marketing, just for like me planting a little seed in his head and showing him what I can do. And then from there, the more I spoke to him, I realized he had so many different issues with his offer. He had like disputes up to his fucking eyeballs. He had no contracts. His fulfillment was like really bad. His team just didn't give a shit sort of thing. And then literally 2 weeks later, he was like, yo, like I'm getting my consultant that I've got now out because he just like doesn't care about the business. I want you in. And then he paid me to go inside his business. And then yeah, within 2 months, I took him from 50K to 276K. Just by like a small thing, like me taking action to have a small conversation with him, led to a YouTube video for me, led to him speaking to someone else that knew me in the space. Then he came back to me because my name was rewired into his brain, like a seed was planted, and I just like dropped him a little bit of source, helped him a little bit with fulfillment for free, gave away my value for free, and he was like, yeah, I fucking want you to work for me. So it's just dropping the seeds, man.
Everything's a domino effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because DPU's probably a bit fearful to go up to a minute. Like, not fearful, but he's like, oh shit, that's how you build it, type of thing.
Yeah. I remember, me and Ryan, because he was in like a meeting with DMO and Lewis. And me and Brian like pretended to go make content like in the road or something. Like we didn't actually, we just like took the cameras like, bro, let's go over here, let's wait till they split up. And I remember there was literally just about to leave the cafe. DMO went inside, Lewis went to the toilet. Harry was sat there for about not even like 2 minutes on his own. I just quickly went up to him, bro. I was like, I got to speak to you. And bro, he literally said, yeah, let's go around the corner and make this YouTube video. He was like, I was literally just about to leave, so you caught me at a good time. Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, any other questions, people? No? Go on.
With the flywheel, obviously credibility and proof, especially in high ticket offers, obviously setting up, especially for me, is it just building that sort of personal brand, building up that trust, and
Yeah.
then because obviously I won't have any sort of proof of results, is it literally just trying to get people to trust me, and then it will come. Proof of your own business.
Yeah.
You are the testimonial.
That's proof of work, not me. You didn't build it.
Okay, but like, could I be an appointment setting coach if I didn't make money in appointment setting already?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you went on my page now, it's just cars.
Yeah.
So there's no.
But you're teaching someone how to build a business doing car detailing. Did you not build a business doing car detailing? So you are your first one. But this is what I mean. Each social proof makes the next sale easier. This is why businesses start slow, but the more they get proof, same with detailing, right? Your clients were slow at the start, but the more fucking GT3 RSs you started to clean, you got more proof up there, and then they did their word of mouth, and then you got more clients, right? It's the same thing, bro. Any other questions? No? All right, everyone enjoy that? Yeah.